Welcome back, everybody. In this clip, we are going to be inking our hero's legs. Our hero's legs are powerful, they're thick, they're strong. Our hero does not skip leg day. When we sit down and we focus on the rendering of all of the anatomy, I am constantly repeating that we have to pay attention to the shapes of the muscles, the shapes of the inside and the outside of the muscle and the body part. This part of the inking, because of the dynamic nature of the pose, we have to even pay more attention to the subtleties of the outside shapes and the inside shapes. The leg which is going backwards, which is receding into the background, is just a smooth curve, and the rest of it is filled in black. It adds a layer of depth to the illustration, and it also enhances the movement of our figure because it elongates it and it throws part of him into the background while the rest of it is coming into the foreground, coming right at us. But the leg which I'm working on right now, which is coming towards us, facing the camera, facing the viewer, needs to be a little bit more exact, a little bit more detailed, pretty much than anything else, because it is the only part of the legs that we see. It is so prominent in the illustration. And we got to make sure that we hit as much of the visual interests as we can. Otherwise, the viewer is going to start picking it apart and saying, there's just something wrong. There's just something wrong. Don't give the viewer anything to think that there's anything wrong in the art. Allow the entire piece of art to be a unified whole that they are not desiring to sit there, look at, and pick apart. Once you've done that, that's another thing that you can add to your tools of saying, this is another reason why this is a successful illustration, another successful piece of art. When they can just sit there, look at it, and appreciate it, they are accepting what you have given them, and then they're just appreciating it. So when you're rendering the leg, the arms, the chest, whatever, the things that are the most predominant in the illustration, the head, the face, the hands, whatever it is, make sure that the things that are very visible, very in your face, are rendered cleanly, have good outside shapes, have good visual, interesting shapes and graphic elements added to them, like the slick blacks on this chest, the slick blacks on the traps, the slick blacks on the shoulders. All those things add a layer and a level of complexity and interest to the illustration that, when taken as a whole, the viewer will appreciate. They might not even realize that they're seeing it, but it's part of the art, it's part of the piece, and it's part of what you're giving them to look at. So give them something to look at that is outstanding. All I'm doing right now in this is just doing little minor touch ups as we move forward. In our next clip, we're going to ink our hero's costume. I look forward to seeing you guys there.